The Snail Who Dared to Dream. Once upon a time, in a bright green meadow, there lived a little snail named Sammy. Sammy loved his cozy little shell. It was safe, warm, and familiar. Every day, he would crawl just a few steps to munch on the nearest leaves and then retreat back into his shell to rest. One sunny morning, Sammy's best friend, Bella the butterfly, fluttered over to him.
"Sammy, have you ever seen the sparkling blue pond at the edge of the meadow?" she asked excitedly.
"No," Sammy replied, curling deeper into his shell. "I've never gone that far. What if I get lost? Or worse, what if a bird sees me?"
Bella giggled.
"But Sammy, the pond is beautiful. There are dragonflies that dance on the water and shiny pebbles that glimmer like treasure. You should see it."
Sammy shook his head.
"I'm fine right here. My shell is all I need."
Bella frowned.
"But don't you wonder what's out there? Don't you want to explore and see new things?"
Sammy thought about it for a moment. He did feel a tiny flutter of curiosity. But the thought of leaving his safe spot made his tummy twist. That night, as Sammy lay in his shell, he couldn't stop thinking about Bella's words.
What was the pond like? Were the dragonflies really as sparkly?
Sammy decided he would never know unless he tried. The next morning, Sammy took a deep breath and started crawling toward the edge of the meadow. It was slow and it was scary. Along the way, he encountered a wiggly worm, a chirping cricket, and even a grumpy old beetle who grumbled about Sammy being in his way. But then something amazing happened. Sammy started noticing things he'd never seen before. He saw flowers and colors he didn't know existed, tall blades of grass that swayed like dancers, and the sweetest smelling clover he'd ever tasted. Finally, after a long journey, Sammy reached the pond. It was even more beautiful than Bella had described. The water sparkled like a million diamonds, and Sammy saw his reflection for the first time.
"Wow," I whispered. "I did it! I made it here!"
Bella fluttered down beside him.
"I knew you could do it, Sammy. Isn't it amazing?"
Sammy smiled.
"It is. I was so scared to leave my shell, but now I'm glad I did. If I had stayed in my safe spot, I would have missed all of this."
From that day on, Sammy decided to explore a little more every day. He realized that stepping out of his comfort zone wasn't so scary after all. In fact, it was the start of the most exciting adventures.